Welcome back. Or if you're a first time viewer, welcome. We have a lot to get into this week, so let's get started. For our first topic of discussion tonight, let's talk about Cody being on Raw. Found the whole thing confusing. I don't really understand why Stephanie felt it was her job to smack the sense into Cody when Cody is Randy Orton's friend. They've been with each other friends for years, and he knows exactly who Randy Orton is. I don't know what that meant, and then afterwards, you obviously that's what it meant. It meant that Stephanie was smacking Cody to wake him up. But to me, it was obviously a waste of time because it was just a segment that it didn't need to belong. And I just feel like Stephanie's not Cody's friend. Stephanie's Randy Orton's friend. So why are you not smacking Randy Orton instead? It doesn't make any sense to me. This Danhausen, I can't believe WWE is pushing them the way he is. I think it's great. I love how he won't remove the curse from iShow Speed. And then I watched YouTube during the week and saw that LA Knight crashed iShow Speed's stream and beat him up, threw him into the camera. I mean, thanks to the show that we've watched, the docuseries that shows you behind the scenes, obviously we know that it's fake, but it makes for good entertainment. And I thought the funniest thing was when Danhausen was in the middle of the ring and he went to go curse the Miz, and the Miz grabbed the ref, and the ref got cursed, and then the Miz goes to get pinned, and the ref now mysteriously can't put his arm down. So the curse did kind of affect Miz. And then at the end, when the ref was in the back getting his arm checked out by the doctor, and Danhausen was back there, and Danhausen said, "Listen, usually I ask a fee. I'm not going to ask a fee because this was a mistake. I'm going to uncurse you." And all of a sudden, the ref's arm is like, "Whoa, hey, well, I feel so much better." It's comical. It's very comical. I love it. It's almost along the lines of R-Truth. It's hilarious. So after that debacle for the Miz, we moved on to the Usos tag match, which one of the garbage cans were actually ripped, and you can see how cheap these cans were. So here we go again, ruining kayfabe because they're so fake. But that was hilarious. I just cannot believe they jobbed the Vision. I just horrible storyline. I don't know why you would have the Usos keep the belts for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I understand Jimmy just had a kid, but you knew that going in getting the belts. I don't know. And then you have the Vision partying and drinking together. I don't even bother myself with their names. I don't like them so much, okay? I For now on, you will just hear me talk about the other guys from the Vision. That's how I feel. I don't feel like they're famous. I don't feel like they've earned anything. I'm just not a fan of them. So those other guys from the Vision who have the tag team titles are like celebrating at that rich guy's house, and it's just dumb. It's just a dumb segment, wasteful altogether. I don't know why. You're not going to hear any excitement out of that one from me. Liv Morgan, I swear she can't ever fight without someone coming to help her. You got Roxanne, you got her other friend, you have all the other people, Dirty Dom. Every single time, she's never fought by herself. So it like worries me that this match at WrestleMania, she might actually have some help, and they might push it off onto that storyline. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't think she's gonna get the belt. I think it's too soon. I think they're gonna have some rivalry. I've been wrong in the past, only a few times, guys, but I have been wrong. WWE does once in a great while throw a stupid curveball, but I'm sticking to my story that they're not going to let her get the title right away. It's not gonna happen. I've also heard rumors that Paul Heyman has told people in the back that Brock Lesnar's not to lose until WrestleMania. Which, I mean, what? He already got power bombed in one episode, and the other episode he got clotheslined over the rope and power bombed. Like I don't know. I don't know about the rumors sometimes. Sometimes it does make you think like, what? This isn't true. This isn't real. And then times you do say that the rumors end up coming true. What I do is mine aren't rumors. Mine are actually what I believe is going to happen. And so I'm not trying to start a rumor. I'm just stating facts because usually what I say is a fact. So, um, much difference in comparison. But with Paul Heyman, I could believe that Brock doesn't want to lose until WrestleMania because he he is arrogant. I just maybe they're talking about a match, not just him getting whomped in the ring by Oba, which has pretty much been happening every time they meet. And I mean, that match is going to be a blockbuster without a doubt. It's just going to explode because they're just two behemoths, and it's super exciting to see them give Oba this push. He don't even need a title. He had the NXT title, so I mean, it's good where he's doing. What he's doing is good for him. And then you go after this. We move into Finn and how he gets Mysterio, and just I think this is a good revenge angle, and like I described it last episode, I had said that Finn's going to come back and he's going to attack. He's going to get his revenge, and he did, and he is. And there's a match at WrestleMania with JD Bobblehead, and they're going to have it out. Well, that JD Bobblehead's going to lose, okay? It's because Finn's going to get his revenge, and I think it's gonna be a badass match. I really do. I think I all kidding aside, JD Bobblehead is a good wrestler. I think he's got some great skill, but I think that they're gonna push Finn, obviously. And I'm absolutely blown away that they gave Gunther Seth. Like, what is going on? Why? Why does Gunther deserve this? Let him sit out for WrestleMania. Who cares? But I say this, but in reality, who would have Seth fought? Obviously, no one is left from the Vision. That the other people from the Vision with the tag team titles, they're not gonna fight Seth. I guess it's a thing. I really hope that Seth wins. I don't want this. I don't want him to lose. That would be so stupid. The whole storyline would be garbage, and I would be so over Gunther. Like, done. I don't understand that. But anyway, Roman and CM Punk are absolutely cooking it right now. I I'm over Roman's hour-long intro. I mean, it's every single time. I feel like he thinks he's The Rock. Cool if you do. I just think it's a little ridiculous. And then while he's doing his hour intro, CM Punk just comes out and he's like ready to fight. He's got his wrist taped and he's ready to come in and kick some ass, which is CM Punk's way. And he comes out there, he whoops Roman Reigns pretty damn good. Puts him through a table, starts laughing. I mean, I'm telling you, this match is so volatile. I think that I think the bloodline is gonna have something to do with this. I really do. I think that that's why they took the belts off the Usos, and I think that the Usos are gonna interfere in some level because that's how Roman's gonna lose. They started the last time. They got involved, and what did Roman say? Ah, damn it, I could do this myself. So we're gonna have to see what direction that goes in, but I'm calling it. I feel like there's gonna be a debacle at WrestleMania. And let's move on to a subject now that I really don't usually discuss on here or in person. AEW. AEW has been actually fire lately, and they have been picking up their show like crazy. The crowd is packed. They're hype. Kenny Omega, I mean, all the way down to Pac and Moxley. There's just these matches are just off the hook. And I don't care what you say about these superstars. I mean, you can say whatever. They are talent. They're absolute talent. And Osprey with a double neck fusion and he's back wrestling again. Like, that's absolutely insane. And that guy is springboard happy. I am saying he does somersault, triple flip, quadruple flips. He's done more flips. He should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for making flips because he is crazy and fast. So, like, that, I'm starting to like AEW a little bit. I kind of lost my fanism for it when CM Punk and Cody Rhodes left, and Jericho's been MIA for a while. It's been a little not that interesting, but it is picking up, and I would recommend checking it out. It's got some good stories. It's got some good matches. MJR's there. We all hate him. So you gotta check that out. Now for our paranormal segment. This is where we talk about my stories, my personal experiences with the paranormal phenomenon, or comments in the comment section, or maybe something that we'll see on the internet. Maybe I can talk about that also. But this house that we live in now is 100 years old, and it has definite weird vibes. I've definitely seen things happen. One of the spookiest, I can't even say one of the spookiest because there's several spooky levels to this house that have happened to me. But one of the first things that I actually remember that really, really, really terrified me was one day I was walking up from the basement and I came into our hallway slash where it connects our, it's like a T, and I looked to the left and I saw my wife walk in there and go to the fish tank. We used to have a whole bunch of fish tanks in there. And she walked up to the fish tanks and I was in a little playful mood and I was going to walk up behind her and I put my arms around her and she turned around and she was really cold. I remember that. And she turned around, she looked at me and she kind of gave me a really weird, awkward smile. And I like kind of chuckled and gave her the eye, and she like pushed me back a little bit and walked past me. Well, when she walked past me, she went down to the hallway, through the hallway, and looked at me and turned around and smiled and pushed open our doors and closed them. Now our doors, they're like closet doors. It's an older home, so they were trying to be decorative, I guess, but they're just like there's no latch. So I walked up to the door and I thought she'd being cute, and I went to go push open the door. And I mean, literally, I shit you not, I literally could not push that door open. It was one of the hardest things I've ever, and knowing that there's nothing there, that was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me. So I finally pushed the door open and I walk in and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And I look around to the left and I look around to the right. Our bedroom's not that big. So, and she wasn't in there. Well, I went into panic mode because I all of a sudden realized I left her in the living room and all the animals were on top of her. So I turn around and haul ass out of the bedroom and I come walk out there and I give my wife the eyebrow and I say, what just happened? Where were you? How did you get in that wasn't you? And that's exactly how I was. I was freaked out. I did not understand that my wife didn't move. And whatever this thing was, it was from this house. Because I'm telling you, that was not my wife and my wife was in the living room. So it was one of two times that I've it's materialized as my wife. There was another time that she was downstairs and I had literally thought she was upstairs and I had came into that same area and I had seen her again. And when I looked at her, she gave me a weird, kind of creepy, I'm telling you, like something almost right out of Paranormal Activity. Like that's the only way I can describe it. It was an eerie, creepy smile. And she turned around, she looked at me and gave me the smile. And then I heard my wife walk up the stairs. And I turned around, and when I turned around to go look back at where my wife was standing, she wasn't there. So I literally turned around, looked at my wife, and I was like, it happened again. Oh my God. So, definitely, I have lots of stories about this house. This house is definitely one of the most haunted houses I've ever lived in my life. I've never lived in a house that's been haunted. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the first one. I guess maybe I've experienced paranormal things in my neighborhood and stuff like that, but it wasn't my house. This house is definitely haunted. So sit tight because we're gonna have more stories like that in the future. All right, so April we got some sneaker releases coming up. The Vapors dropped today, and so did the Venero Premiums. They're not. These are all running shoes that they're releasing. The new Converse X Eric Emmanuel are coming out. They'll be out on April 7th. And then they got the low top Converse leather, which is something kind of cool. I kind of like those. No, I wouldn't buy them, but they're a cool looking shoe. They just seem to be releasing a lot of running shoes. The Vomero, it's a running shoe, is for women. The Pegasus, which is another running shoe. Then they got the Air Force One Low Mystic Navy. It's too much blue. It's all blue. And then you have the Air Force Dark Team, which is dark red. And then the Air Force One Lows, they're topaz gold. I think the Air Force One Low Stadium Green with the laser red, that's kind of cool. It looks like kind of like heat vision. I don't know if I'd buy them because they're kind of bright for my taste, but um, that's a cool take. I'm super excited. My personal favorite that's coming up is the Ja 3 Explorer, which, if you don't know what that is, it is the Jurassic Park edition. And they have the Jeep colored ones, and then they have the Raptor colored ones. And the ones that are called they are called Raptor, and they are brown and red. And those are coming out on the 10th. All those shoes that I just talked about are coming out on the 10th, from the Air Force infrared green ones to the Jaws. Those are I'm super excited for the Jaws. The themes are just absolutely crazy. I talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, and I just can't express to you enough. If you like it, you should check it out. They're definitely a good theme shoe. Saturday, April 11th, they're dropping the Jordan 1 Retro High Blue Jean, but it's black. I don't know how that's gonna look. I think they look. I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. They definitely don't look like the Jordan 3s. Then you got the Kobe 11 retros, which the black and metallic gold look kind of cool. It's like a cheetah print a little bit. But then you just have a lot of running shoes. I do think it's hilarious that they came out with a woman's shock, which is kind of like, it looks like a woman's flat, but with Nike shocks in the back, which is kind of cool. It's something different for women. It's cool. It's innovative. I like that. And then my personal favorite coming up is the Jordan 11 University Blue Low. I'm praying to God I can get my hands on a pair of these, but I know they're going to be sold. I know it. They are hot. Every time they come out, boom, gone. And really, that's really all they have. It's a lot of running shoes are taking up the sneaker releases. And it's okay, I guess, but like, I don't think anybody's really that super excited for running shoes. They should just come out like normal and not worry about press releases over running shoes. I get it; they're cool and they're popular and people need them, but like at the same time, sneaker releases should be used for the collabs and the special color combos and the threes and the fours and the fives and sixes and sevens and eights and the nines, all that. But like, I think that I don't. I'm not anticipating any of those running shoes. Okay, because I'm just not. I don't like the cloth. I don't like that kind of feel on most shoes. All right, I'm adding another section to our podcast. It's going to be called the Shoe of the Week. And it's going to be about a shoe that I've been turned on to by someone, or maybe a shoe I don't buy all the time, and I'm going to give you my review on it. This week is the React Rejuvenate. My friend told me check these out, and he kind of talked to me for a brief moment and said, "Trust me, I wouldn't steer you wrong." And I bought them, and they're on clearance, and these are what they look like. They're so comfortable. Pretty much the best slip-on shoe that I have ever purchased in my life. And they're on sale right now, and they're not badly priced, from $50 to $75, and it's probably the best money you'll ever spend to wear a shoe around the house or outside, just to kick it in so you don't ruin your good shoes and you're not wearing your shoes around the house. They're vented, which is also very good and very, very comfortable. So run down to your local Champs, Foot Locker, wherever else you can grab these at, and grab yourself a pair. All right, guys, we had a pretty packed section this time, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, follow.